When we moved by ourselves into a 2-bedroom apartment.
We moved away.
We moved
an hour and some change
like
from family.
So we had no help from family, and we was in a 2-bedroom apartment, and now we was really on our own. And things got rough. I always worked warehouse jobs, and I always, like, it was okay at first, but I started hating them. I would always, like, quit, or I would always quit and, like, try to find a new job and stuff like that, so there'll be, like, time lapses between checks. My wife, you know, she ended up getting pregnant a couple times.
Yeah, but I was in school.
She was in school.
When we first moved, I was in school.
Yeah, but you graduated.
I graduated.
But she ended up pregnant after that. So she couldn't work because she worked for a little while at Sears. But, you know,
my first job.
After a while, when she kept, you know, as it kept going on, she couldn't work no more. You know, she had to leave. It got rough. I couldn't pay my credit card bills no more. I didn't make enough money really to keep up with rent. So just scrapping to try to keep up with rent. And my wife was pregnant, and things were bad. Because I was never on food stamps, I didn't believe in food stamps. Like, no, we're not doing that. You know, we're gonna get everything from our money. And I was real stubborn to that point. So pretty much
that was just the type of person he was. Like he wanted to provide for us himself.
I didn't feel right, like
not us banking on anybody.
If it was gonna be done, I wanted to make sure I did it. That's the type of attitude I had. Mm-hmm. But we was barely eating. We was doing full blown shopping from Dollar Tree, y'all. Not Walmart, not Food Line. We was full blown trying to do groceries out of Dollar Tree. And we was grabbing a little carton of eggs, little thing of milk, frozen dinners. We was just grabbing whatever we could because we really could not afford regular groceries. I couldn't afford rent or nothing, so it's real stressful. The one thing we did do, we always made sure though that our kids never noticed it. We made sure they never good. Noticed it, yeah. But for us, it was a struggle. Just to let you guys know, like, that's how bad it was. So we were just trying to rent stuff and just, you know, whatever we could do because we just had nothing in the house. It was an empty house with nothing in it.
Y'all, we had some really
it was rough, man.
Times. And just imagine, and the only reason it kept getting worse for me was because I came out of that. Like, I experienced 10 times worse. And so I felt like it was never going to change. And it was never going to stop.
And came out of one bad financial situation to another.
I mean, it wasn't, we had a place over our head. Like, no matter what, I can honestly say, like, but we never had our lights cut off. We always have water. Nothing's ever been cut off on us because he always made sure that we had that, no matter what.
But that's where all the money went.
And if we didn't have the money for it, I won't go into too much detail, but he was making sure we had the money for it.
Anything I could do.
Anything that he needed to do, he was doing it. So we never went without that type of stuff, and we had our rent paid for our apartment.
But that's literally all we could do.
Yeah.
Like, after paying rent, that was it. Like, there was no extra pennies. So gas, food, the necessities in life. This was not a short time period, y'all. I'm not talking about this was going on for like 2-3 months.
This was 5 years. And it won't know, oh, like, y'all wasn't working or doing stuff. We were working.
When she wasn't pregnant, she was working.
As soon as I dropped the baby, I went back to work. We had, like, help from our parents, his parents, who were there for us. They watched our kids for us, gave us money and stuff like that, helping us out for gas and stuff like that. So we were grateful for that. But nobody was there at the end of the day, like, through the dark times and stuff we had.
Nobody knew because we wasn't sharing it with anybody.
Yeah, we don't share our personal business and stuff.
So to make a long story short, like our last year at our apartment, it started getting better. It wasn't like it was before. We started to be able to enjoy a little more.
I always had this, like, I want a house and stuff like that, a nice, really big house. We didn't have no privacy in those apartments where we used to live. Like, every time we walk out, it was always people standing there, standing in the way, staring at you, all that. We didn't have no type of privacy. So we had some really, really bad times. We had some good times, but when our bad times came, it was really, 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 really bad. We can go on for days telling you guys, but we won't But, you know, things just kept getting worse. Things kept getting worse that to one part, like a time, it affected us where we just felt like, you know, maybe it was better off that, you know, sometimes we would split. Everything was just too much. Plus, we had other stuff going on top of that. So, you know, it caused us to not see eye to eye so much. We met in 2008 and been together since 2019. So, you know,
we fought through it, and
we fought through it. Yeah.
Thank God we did, because things got better. Finances started getting better.
You
Jobs
guys,
began to get
he was able to get me like my dream car.
Yeah, I was able to get her a dream car.
My first car. I can't say I was one of those girls who was 16. You get your sweet 16, you get your first car, whatever. A lot of people don't have. I didn't have that.
Yeah.
But my dream car, I love sports cars, and so he was able to get me my Dodge Charger. And then things started looking better.
Started going up.
We just kept pushing and stuff like that, and so
eventually we got out of the struggle.
Yeah.
We end up finding the house that we're in now.
Yeah.
And
which is really
that was a big milestone.
Really nice. We got plenty of privacy.
We got a nice big backyard and a nice big house. We got an extra bedroom. We're really blessed now. Two-car garage, and it's crazy how we struggled all those years, but God just turned it around.
And we kept saying it felt like it would never get better.
It's gonna give up.
Yeah, we were giving up so much, but it's crazy because it was always something. Every time we was about to part ways, or like make some really dumb choices, some always brought us back and like to where we was just strong enough to pull it out. And I was able to get my dream car. We got us a nice house, plenty of privacy. You know, everything's just better now. Like, we're able to breathe.
And now, like she said, we can breathe. And we moved out of the apartment. Now we're in our own house. It feels so good, y'all. So, pretty much just the whole, like, meaning of this video is just to share our story with you guys.
We always had a blessing from somewhere.
Mind y'all, this is all while we're in late teens and early 20s. This, you know, most people our age can't handle that type of stuff. I was like 21, my wife was like 18, 19, and we dealt with that for like 5 years, you know, at the max, like 5 years. So
a lot of young people wouldn't even do stuff like that. They'll just go part ways, and just living life. We didn't do that. And yeah. So
I got a nice, good, you know, nice steady job, good job, and my wife been blessed with so many good opportunities. Now this is where we're at. So we just want to share our story with you guys. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned from it. On a lighter note, if you like the video, if you like the talk, like, comment, subscribe, comment your thoughts about this, and share your story. If you've been through anything, whatever, we're a family. So enjoy the family, man. We really appreciate you guys watching the video.
Bye.
See ya.